feeling flummoxed, bamboozled, and stupefied by communication and language online? And how exactly did LOLcats irreversibly change the course of the English language? Welcome to Audiobook Reviews in 5. This is Jana, also known as Yana, and today I'm reviewing Because Internet: Understanding the New Rules of Language by Gretchen McCulloch and read by the author. Gretchen McCulloch is a Canadian linguist who describes herself as studying the language of the internet for the people of the internet. She is currently the resident linguist at Wired, and I highly recommend checking out her work, which is simultaneously fascinating and hilarious. I feel about linguistics much the same way I feel about sushi. That is to say, I'm grateful that there are those willing to toil for many years and dedicate themselves to creating delightful and artfully crafted things for me to consume, because I have neither the discipline nor ambition to do so. If you ever wanted to know the history of emoji, or the nuances of using the word dear in correspondence, or how the greeting hello became the norm instead of ahoy, then, my friends, this is the audiobook for you. Because Internet also includes some analysis on what type of Internet personality type or generation you fall into. Much like Jennifer Shalai, who reviewed McCulloch's book in the New York Times, I am probably what McCulloch would call the semi-Internet people, those who somewhat, quote, define themselves by ambivalence toward technology and an orientation toward offline relationships over online ones, unquote. That said, I agree with many of her points about online communication coming to embody physical gestures and nuances of speech, and I think it's a good thing. McCulloch also shares entertaining tidbits about history, which I enjoyed, especially humor around medieval and Shakespearean English, which is fun if you're like me and enjoy esoteric forays into history. All of this should serve to comfort those who fear the demise of communication, which, by the way, is not a new fear. Ultimately, Because Internet should reassure listeners and readers that language and communication is not devolving into an incoherent soup. You're much more likely to have fun with all of these ideas if you're curious about language and you take an active interest in trends as well as the latest emoji releases. McCulloch's narration is distinctively high energy. I kept checking to see if I'd accidentally selected sped up narration on my device, and then realizing again that no, McCulloch actually does speak very fast. Finally, I slowed it down and adjusted the narration speed to 90 or 95%, and I found that worked a little better for me. It also sounds a little bit like McCulloch is on the verge of laughter throughout her audiobook, which both startled and intrigued me. After all, if someone can get this excited about linguistics while reading their own audiobook, which undoubtedly took many years to work on, research, write, and revise, surely I should persevere in listening to her experiences of disappointment looking through an archive of photocopied mid-century memes. No? Yes, that is a thing. And if you want more samples of how McCulloch sounds, check out her podcast, Lingthusiasm, which BuzzFeed describes as joyously nerdy. Overall, this is an interesting listen in that it helped me understand how current language and communication conventions have evolved in English at increasing speeds and also in diversity of format, especially toward the visual. If you'd like to see more visual references in her work, I understand the paperback edition of Because Internet came out this week, so check it out. That's all for this episode of Audiobook Reviews in 5. Thanks for listening. If you've not yet done so, please subscribe to Audiobook Reviews in 5 on your favorite platform By subscribing, you can help increase the profile of this podcast and chances of other listeners finding it. I look forward to checking in with you all again soon. Please stay safe and be well.